But what is society? And where do we as individuals fit? Do we have the power to change society at will, or are the social structures into which we are born determining our fate? If so, is that a good thing, or are we bound for conflict and struggle? Herbert Spencer saw society as a positive force in our lives, adapting to a changing world. He saw society itself as a living organism that evolves over time, with the most fit societies surviving and less fit ones dying out or adapting to more functional structures. The oldest sociological approach takes a macro-level view of large social structures having distinct functions like organs in the body. In this functionalist view, individuals are but the cells that carry out cultural roles in institutions like the government, which control society the way that the brain controls the body, and the family, which functions like the womb, passing on our cultural DNA to new generations. But of course, bodies get sick sometimes, whether through organ failure or the dysfunction of key structures, or bacteria or cancer cells deviating from their proper roles in the body. So according to this macro-level functionalist theory, society is essentially made up of stable structures, changing just enough to remain healthy and functional as a whole. While some may suffer along the way, it is generally good for us all. Karl Marx disagreed. He took a macro-level view as well, but he saw society as a whole, being made up of groups of people in competition, with a small elite always at the top, whether kings or business owners, exploiting the rest of society. He laid the foundations for our second major theoretical approach. Conflict theory points out that these social structures are often controlled by the groups at the top of an unequal society, and they use them to maintain their position. In this case, the government is not the brain, but the weapon of the wealthy and powerful to keep society benefiting them. So society is only as stable as they can maintain it through force and manipulation, and it's always on the brink of change as those at the bottom struggle to gain a better position or create change. Other early sociologists took less extreme positions. Max Weber was primarily a functionalist, but recognized the micro-level effects of individuals' cultural understanding in shaping larger society. He saw that Marx was reacting to his own feelings of injustice, and called for a more objective viewpoint based on what he called Verstehen, or understanding of others' viewpoints. He looked at the development of modern industrial economies not as the product of greed, but as a response to cultural shifts in religion. The societies where the Industrial Revolution began had broken away from the Catholic Church, and people needed some new way to prove themselves as good Christians. They saw God's blessings in material success, so they devoted themselves to a Protestant ethic of hard work and success in business. George Simmel took microsociology further by focusing entirely on the active role of individuals in constructing society through their everyday interactions. This is the basis for our third major theoretical approach, interactionism, which sees society as built by individuals who make rational decisions based on their own understanding of each particular situation. So we have three major theoretical approaches to understanding society. At the macro level are functionalism and conflict theory, both seeing individuals as mere cogs in a larger machine. Functionalism sees this machine as generally stable and beneficial, each structure in society carrying out necessary functions, like the economy pumping resources where they need to go. Conflict theory sees the whole system as groups of people in competition, using structures like the economy to benefit themselves at others' expense, or trying to change them. Conflict theory includes classical Marxist theory that wealth is the primary source of conflict, while feminist and critical race theories each point out the importance of other factors in social inequality. Finally, at the micro level, there's interactionism, which sees individuals as the key force in society, and it is their shared understandings and interactions that construct the larger structures and institutions. No one theory can fully explain society, and an accurate view requires utilizing many perspectives. Individuals do construct and maintain social structures, but their actions are based on an understanding which was itself built on existing social structures. Anthony Giddens called this constant cycle of individuals creating social structures which then influenced individuals who recreated those structures in turn the process of structuration. Most of the sociologists we've talked about so far studied society simply to better understand it, what some call pure sociology. But W.E.B. Du Bois, an African-American sociologist, believed in applied sociology, using our understanding to improve the lives of people in society. He saw between the small micro and big macro levels, structuration in the plight of those at the bottom of society, particularly racial and ethnic minorities. They faced a vicious cycle of structural discrimination, which caused disadvantage and segregation, which in turn led to prejudiced beliefs that further influenced discriminatory actions. He helped found the NAACP to push for improved legal and economic rights that could open up opportunities for individuals to overcome prejudice. Most of you will probably not become sociologists, but in the next lesson you'll start to learn how to use social research to better apply sociology to your own lives and communities.